Hi, my name is Ernesto and this video is for the third practice of Systems Management class, and the topic for this video is DHCP. Every host on a TCP IP network must have a unique IP address. Each host must be properly configured so that it knows its IP address. When a new host comes online, it must be assigned a new IP address within the correct range of addresses for the subnet, one that is not already in use. Although you can manually assign IP addresses to each computer on your network, that task quickly becomes overwhelming if the network has more than a few computers. That's where Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol (DHCP) comes into play. DHCP automatically configures the IP address for every host on a network by ensuring that every host has a valid and unique IP address. For this tutorial, I'm gonna be configuring DHCP on Ubuntu Server 1604 and Windows Server 2016. Well, I will be using Ubuntu Server first. This is gonna be my DHCP server, and after starting your machine, you have to log in, and I'm gonna be using a command called sudo su. Sudo su is a command for getting administration privileges during the whole session you're working in. And the first command I'm gonna be using is for editing a network interfaces file. As you will see, I made a mistake, so I used a wrong interface than the one was enabled during this session, so just leave it like this and save it. Then I will ensure that this is the interface that my configuration is using, and as you can see, if you type ifconfig, you will see that this is the interface you want to use. So if you make a ping to Google or whatever website, then you will know you have internet access. So we need internet access for downloading first updates for Ubuntu server. So after updating your operating system, you need to download a package for enabling DHCP server. This package is called ISC DHCP server. So after installing it, we have to go to the etc DHCP folder. It's a new folder that it's created after installing it, and then we have to configure a file called dhcpd.conf located into a DHCP folder. So here is like the whole configuration for our DHCP server, and what we wanna edit is everything here is commented. So we need to make a configuration for DHCP use. First, we need to tell this which is gonna be our subnet for this network and the net mask. And I will be using this one, and the range of the IP addresses that will be delivered to the computers on the network. In this case, I'm gonna be starting from 100 and gonna be going over 200. So there are gonna be 100 addresses for any computers on the network. Then we're gonna be giving this address for option routers that specifies a list of IP addresses per routers on the client's subnet. Then once we save the file, we have to edit another file that it's called interface, the one we visited first. And in here, there we have to make our server operating system as an IP address that is static. This for exclusion. It's good to exclude some, at least the server, to give less overload to the server, obviously. So this won't be count as part of the DHCP addresses that we are gonna be delivering. So you have to assign a address and a netmask for this exact computer, which is the server. Well, after that, after saving it, we need to, if you're using a virtual machine software, you have to, in this case, in VMware, we need to open these settings and create a new network adapter. This is gonna be a private network that only virtual machines are gonna be using. So there's not gonna be anything else than virtual machines for this adapter. So you have to use your subnet that we assigned and defined at when we were configuring the DHCP file. And after saving this new network adapter, we have to go to the local virtual machine settings. I mean, for this specific machine that we are running right now, and we have to change the type of network connection to the new network adapter we created. Remember, you choose a new adapter available. So after this, we will reboot our virtual machine to apply the changes. And while this is starting, we are gonna be opening our client PC that's also a virtual machine. This is a Windows 7 virtual machine that it's already installed, and this is gonna be a client that will receive an IP address from the DHCP server. So after well, Ubuntu has loaded and we have to log in into our account, and the same for the sudo command. So if we go back to the Windows, while this is loading, we have to change our network settings as we did with the other machine to make it part of the DHCP network. We will have to restart our virtual machine to take our selection applied. Just ensure this is selected, and then we can go to the network adapter settings, and by right clicking in the icon in the taskbar, and then going to change configuration, and here we just gonna check if our IPv4 settings are by default. As after seeing this is right, we can go to CMD, which is the console of Windows, and there we can check our IP. We're gonna be using ipconfig/release that will free up whatever that is stuck on our IP, and then ipconfig/renew to get the new settings of the IP. So as you can see, it's okay, we have a proper address, but in the suffix DNS we've got a weird domain name, so we forgot to change that thing. So inside our configuration that we recently done, we have to type this new command, which is option domain name, and then the name of the domain we're gonna be using. So we save the file, and then we reboot our server machine to apply the changes, and after we log in, we will disable our network adapter to make sure that the changes apply properly. So after enabling it back and going to CMD, I mean the console, we will do the same steps as before to release the address and then to renew it. And there you have it. We now have the proper DNS suffix. That's for the server we created and configured, and the right address. So thank you.